What if I told you that when she says, let's just be friends, she's actually giving you the biggest opportunity you'll ever get with her? But there's something most people completely miss about this moment. They think it's game over. And that's exactly why 95% of guys walk away defeated, never knowing they just threw away their best shot. What she's really saying isn't, I don't want you. What she's actually communicating is, I don't feel safe being vulnerable with you yet. And that changes everything. This is the difference between men who get chosen and men who get forgotten. The men who understand what's really happening in her mind, they're the ones she ends up chasing. Here's what actually happens when she says those 4 words. Her brain is running a test at a subconscious level. She's measuring your emotional strength against her emotional walls, and your response determines whether you pass or fail forever. Most guys fail this test before they even realize it's happening. They either get angry and bitter, or they become more desperate and start chasing harder. Both reactions tell her brain, this man can't handle my emotions. But there's a third response that literally rewires how she sees you. It's based on a psychological principle most dating coaches have never heard of. I call it the attraction shift. Once you understand this, you'll never fear the friend zone again, because you'll know exactly how to turn it into romantic obsession. The attraction shift works like this. The more space you can hold for her emotions without needing to fix them, the more she trusts you with her heart. When she says, let's be friends, she's saying, I'm putting up walls because I'm scared of getting hurt. Most guys either try to knock down those walls or walk away. But what if you honored those walls while showing her you're not going anywhere? Here's the exact response that works. I totally understand that. I think you're amazing, and I'd rather have you in my life as a friend than not have you in my life at all. Now let me explain why this works. First, you're agreeing with her instead of fighting her decision. This reduces her defensive walls. Second, you're showing her that your interest isn't purely selfish. You value her, not just what she can give you romantically. This creates instant differentiation. Third, you're demonstrating emotional strength. You can handle disappointment without breaking down. That's the emotional stability that makes her feel safe being vulnerable. But here's where most guys mess this up. They say these words, then act needy afterward. They keep texting constantly, asking to hang out every day, dropping hints about their feelings. That's not being a friend. That's being a covert contract, and she can sense it from a mile away. If you're going to use this approach, you have to genuinely be okay with being her friend while staying true to your masculine energy. When you respond this way, something shifts in her brain. Instead of seeing you as another guy who wants something from me, you become the guy who accepts me as I am. That feeling is addictive to women. Most of their dating experiences involve guys trying to get something from them or change them. You become the exception, the safe space, the man who doesn't need her to be anything other than herself. And here's the beautiful part. That safety she feels with you is the foundation that romantic attraction is built on. You can't have real desire without safety first. So what do you do after that response? You pull back slightly, not in a butt-hurt way, but in a, I'm giving you space to process this way. You stop initiating contact as much. When she texts, you respond warmly, but don't try to keep conversations going forever. When she wants to hang out, you say yes sometimes, and you're genuinely busy other times. You're creating comfortable distance. This is where the attraction shift really kicks in. She's experiencing something she's never experienced before, a guy who was interested romantically but isn't chasing her. Her brain literally doesn't know how to process this. She's used to guys either walking away completely or becoming more persistent. You're doing neither. You're just there, solid, consistent, attractive in your own right, and that creates curiosity. Why isn't he chasing me? Wait, why do I care? That curiosity turns into intrigue, and intrigue is the beginning of romantic attraction. Now, I need to be clear. This isn't manipulation. This isn't a trick to get her to change her mind. If you go into this with a secret agenda, it will backfire. This only works when you genuinely develop abundance mentality. When you become okay with being her friend because you value yourself enough to know that whether she chooses you romantically doesn't determine your worth. But here's what I've seen happen over and over. When a man develops this emotional strength and abundance, women notice. Not just her, but other women too. When she sees other women responding to your energy, When she sees you genuinely thriving, whether she's in your life romantically or not, that's when the tables turn completely. That's when she starts reaching out more. That's when she starts asking about your dating life. That's when "let's just be friends" becomes "I think I made a mistake." I've seen this transformation dozens of times with my clients. One just texted me last week. He'd been friend-zoned by a woman he'd been pursuing for months. He used this exact approach. 3 weeks later, she was asking him to get dinner, just the two of them. When he asked what changed, she said, "I realized I felt safer with you than anyone else I've ever dated." That's the power of the attraction shift. When you can hold space for her emotions without needing to fix them, you become irreplaceable in her mind. But this approach only works if you understand the deeper psychology behind attraction. If you know how to navigate the transition from friendship to romance without destroying the safety you've built. There's a specific sequence that turns emotional safety into romantic obsession. Specific things you need to say and do and avoid as her feelings shift. Most guys get this far, then sabotage everything because they don't understand the next phase. They either move too fast and scare her away, or stay in the friend zone forever because they don't know how to escalate. That's why I created the attraction shift system. It's the complete roadmap for transforming any relationship dynamic, even after you've been friend zoned. It shows you exactly how to become the man she can't stop thinking about, step by step. The system covers everything from the initial response we talked about today, all the way through to transitioning from friend to romantic interest. It includes the psychology behind why women lose attraction, how to rebuild it, and how to maintain it long term. If you're tired of being the nice guy who finishes last, if you're ready to become the man women choose instead of settle for, then click the link in the description. But this system only works if you're willing to do the internal work. If you're looking for manipulation tactics or quick fixes, this isn't for you. This is for men ready to develop genuine confidence, real emotional strength, and authentic attraction skills that work in any situation with any woman. The link is in the description. Click it now, and let's get you the results you deserve. Because here's what I know for sure. Every woman who friend zones you is giving you valuable information about what you need to develop in yourself. Once you develop those qualities, not only will she see you differently, but every woman you meet will respond to you differently. The choice is yours. You can keep doing what you've always done and getting the same results. Or you can learn what actually works and never fear the friend zone again. Click the link. Let's make this the last time a woman's rejection has power over you.